Good morning. It is 9:27 West Coast time in California. I'm Christiana Ellis and I just got up. This is 5 more minutes. I'm in San Francisco. You want to see? I'm not sure how well that will come across, but yeah. Anyway, um, I decided last night on the flight to watch a movie, which I actually haven't done in a long time. I usually just bring my own stuff to occupy myself, video games or comics or a book or something. But somehow it got into my head when I looked at the seatback card that I might finally be ready to watch Suicide Squad. But then for some reason the card didn't actually match the screen, so that was annoying. But I watched Creed instead, which I also had been meaning to see and hadn't gotten around to, and it is really, really good. I've not seen the whole run of Rocky movies, but you don't need to, I think. In particular, I think most of the stuff that, like, you could start with this one for sure. And I just really liked it. It's funny, I'm really generally not into sports, certainly not boxing. Um, but, well, I don't want to say certainly not, but I guess what I just mean to say is that the real violence of it is a little bit off-putting to me in real life. But at the same time, when applied to fiction narratives, sports obviously provide staging ground for a lot of drama, which was why there's so many good sports movies, even if you're not necessarily interested in following the sport separate from the movie. But Creed is really good. We've got Michael B. Jordan, who is the son of Apollo Creed, who is Rocky's rival in the first movie, and then, develops from there. So he is, you know, he's grown up sort of his mom trying to steer him away from being a fighter, and he's certainly smart enough to get a job. We see him working at a financial group, and we're told that he just got a promotion, so he's capable, but not finding it interesting. And so it's a little bit of a different narrative for him, because the cliche is this idea of fighting your way out of the streets, that sort of thing, whereas he's kind of already out of the streets, but he just kind of feels like he's got it in his blood. And so he decides that he's going to quit his job and start fighting, but then nobody wants to train him. And so he moves to Philadelphia, and he looks up Rocky Balboa, played by Sylvester Stallone. So finally talks Rocky into training him. There's a girl. Nothing in the plot is super groundbreaking or anything, but it's really got some pretty fine performances. And I know that this was one of the movies that got some talk when there was the whole Oscars so white controversy this past year. This was definitely one of the movies that was kind of talked about as maybe it's one of the other ones that should have been considered to get some nominations that it didn't get. In fact, the only nomination it did get was for Sylvester Stallone, who I will say is very good in this movie. So I'm not knocking his performance at all. But Michael B. Jordan is actually also really, really good in this. It's interesting because most of the movie, he's got his character's kind of manner and persona is this sort of like, I'm tough, I'm a fighter sort of thing. But when when those when that facade starts to crack in a few places, um, there's some really subtle work going on there, and I was really impressed and very pleased. And I found the movie very engaging. Can you hear in my mouth? I liked it a lot. I recommend it. Probably you will get more out of it if you've seen the other Rocky movies, but I don't think you will find it hard to follow. Really, all you need to know is that Rocky was a famous boxer, and it kind of even tells you that, even if you didn't know. And he once fought a guy named Apollo Creed, who later died in the ring. But again, it's like it tells you all of that too. So it's good. Anyway, the party is tonight. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow, early in the morning, while I wait for my flight. And then back to Boston.